So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And that was some way to cap it off with a 42-yard touchdown jaunt. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Moss. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking for a man, it's Young. Wasting no time taking a shot. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
They'll move the wide receiver. Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. That pass not closes. He got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And that's a play on 3rd down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give them a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
Three straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. Motion from the wide receiver. On 4th down, looking to pass. Catches it, past the sticks, and still on his feet. He's at the 10. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, King!
And I'm pretty sure the card usually tells you to punt in this situation, backed up on your own end. But forget that. We're going to be aggressive. And how about the deep shot down the field on 4th down? You make the play and get the huge explosive touchdown for this offense. Risk it for the biscuit, baby.
And right down the middle. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. On the run from inside his 25. Can they catch him? He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Texas! That dude ought to have a lethal sticker on his helmet. Anytime he touches it, it can be a score. He touched it, and it was.
No doubt. Unbelievable speed. And if you're back deep for a kickoff, obviously you got those wheels. But to be able to get through, and guess what? No flags. You know it's going to count. Great job by the special teams being special.
And the extra point was good. They're just about to boot it away full of energy after housing that last kickoff. Fielded in the end zone. It's Moss. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. get things started on this drive from the 24. Snags a quick pass on the left. He's loose. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Back to throw, it's Young. Looking deep down the right side. He's got it inside the 25. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. That big play flipped the field. Now they go to work from just outside the red zone. Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Davis. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. And the Canes want to crank the tempo. On the move, it's Singleton. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Miami!
And that is a huge touchdown for the offense and also a big momentum shifter in this game because now if they kick the extra point, they tie this game, anything could happen.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers it well to not give back that last score. Takes it inside the 25 and he'll bring it back. They get him corralled, but not before he gets that return out to the 35. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Using his feet to buy time. Finding open areas. It's a seam wide open. They'll stop him and get him out of bounds at the 21, just short of the red zone, but they turn in a huge play. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. He'll pull it down. They forced ahead just a bit. Not a lot working with the Wildcat there. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Headed to the end zone. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Longhorns!
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finished it off with an exclamation point, running it in from the 19. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers properly to pay off that last scoring drive. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. To the air, it's Young. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up.
And we've already seen this movie early in this football game, and he already has a touchdown, and they're seeking him again. And there's a reason. He can run, right? Like, he's one of their go-to guys on the outside, and you can tell they're trying to use him early and often in this offense.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Grabbed over the middle, it's Davis. Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play. And the Hurricanes racing to the line in the hurry-up.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. Just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
To the air on first down. Grabbed in the middle, it's Davis. And he'll go down, but he delivered the business end of his stiff arm to that defender on the way. Wants to throw on first down. Now adjusting. Uncorks one to the middle. And that will fall incomplete, and we have played one. Boy, they tried to end the first quarter on a high note to no avail. Second quarter's coming.
21, Miami, 14.
Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Wants to throw again. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Snags it down the right side. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Hurricane.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Takes it inside the 25. Chance for great field position. They make the tackle at the 39, but a really good job by the return team there. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. On the direct snap, it's Barber. He's going to take off. They bring him down, but that's why you give them that Wildcat look to create an opportunity for big plays. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. On the direct snap, it's Barber. He'll try to do it. It's a running room. There he goes. Touchdown, Texas. He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Looking to pass. It's Young. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Wide receiver going in motion. Second down, they'll go to the air. It's intercepted. He would have lost. looking for a strong kick to get this one underway. From inside the 15, here's the return. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Barber. Flushed out of the pocket. Found a little room out of the Wildcat that time, just short of the first down. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Using his legs to buy some time. Wide open spaces. Gives him the big stiff arm. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Longhorns! You want to talk about coming out and setting the tone and making your presence known immediately.
And every coach talks about it all during the week, how important it is to start fast. But coming out and executing is another thing. Great start for the offense.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Fisher. Into the end zone for the 2, and they push that lead out to 8. They already have the lead, and they're trying to build it here in the first quarter with an onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
And these coaches talked about being aggressive, and they were. First quarter, you're going with the onside already. I would say it's a little bit careless, a little bit reckless. Onside kicks are not high percentage, but they went for it, they failed, and now let's see how they respond.
Looking downfield, it's Underwood. He's going to take a shot. And it falls in complete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there.
And it didn't take long early in the game. That's the matchup everybody has their eyes on. One of the best receivers in the game, one of the best DBs in the game. They're going to be going toe-to-toe all game long. That time, the defender comes away with an early win in the matchup, but the war is not over. We're going to see many more battles as this game goes on.
Fires to the tight end, and they pick up just a few on that completion. They'll need to get this one to the 31 here on third down. Defense showing heavy blitz at the line. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. Notre Dame right back to the line. On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Time to take a shot. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down.
That's a big-time completion. And, guys, I think they caught the defense napping right there. I think everybody on defense thought that they were going to maybe throw to the sticks on that one, but instead, quarterback had some other ideas. He had a matchup he loved one-on-one, vertically down the field. He took advantage of it. This guy made a great catch. Let's keep this drive going.
Trying to barge their way in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Irish.
Man, you see all the time this running back is spent in the weight room this offseason. Did you see that stiff arm? He just pile drive that defender into the ground. Get off me, and he's able to walk in for the score.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. Buys a little extra time. They found a little running room out of the Wildcat, still short of the first down marker. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. On the snap, it's Barber. Moving away from pressure. Grab behind the line, it's Fisher. Across the 45. Turning on the Jets. Smashes ahead. He's got the first down, and they did a brilliant job getting them outflanked with the Wildcat.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
Got it behind the line. It's Barber. Oh, and he's going backwards. Defense not fooled at all by the Wildcat.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting. They had guys in position. They located the football.
Oh, there's always football on the bad pitch. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Offensive players, when they got the ball, man, they're trying to make plays, right? Trying to make you miss. There's nothing better than closing that gap and sticking that head right in that guy's chest and causing a fumble.
To the air, it's Underwood. Fires to the middle. Got his man. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Looking to throw on first down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Makes a connection. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37.
Big-time play there in the passing game. That's important for Notre Dame, too, as a program, because we know they've always been able to run the football, and we've seen them in recent years get to the playoff. They've reached national championship games, but they haven't been able to pull it off. For this program to take the next step, they have to be more consistent and dynamic in the explosive passing game, and I think this guy gives them the opportunity to take the program to the next level.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to the back. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Fires to the big fella. Brought down at the 25-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup, and this offense is threatening.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk. And on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
So first down here as they go back to work. Toss sweep to the left. Turning it on. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
And the offense continues to run the football. The second rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
And the extra point is good, and the lead is 6. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside the 15. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Back to throw, it's Stewart. The short hands, it's Barber. Brought down at the 33, but not before he gets 10.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
Caught behind the line, it's Davis. That had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? The Longhorns with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Motion from the wideout. Wants to fire on second down. Finds his man. It's Barber.
That's one I think if the running back could have over, he would just let that ball sail out of bounds incomplete. Because he made the catch, but lost yards because of it. It wasn't an accurate throw. He'll know next time to just let that ball go.
They'll turn to the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. Direct snap. It's Stewart. Grabbed behind the line. It's Barber. And the Wildcat is not working. They knock him down behind the line.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Texas.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. On 4th down, going to the air. Going for it all. And it's incomplete, and this defense makes a 4th down stop.
Man, first half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point in going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Pulls and fires complete. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Underwood. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He's run out of bounds, and they'll say he stepped out at the 27.
I know that was third down, and I know the quarterback's trying to be careful. You don't want to be too greedy, but he had guys open downfield. I think if he had been a little bit more patient and been a little bit more willing to let the play develop, I think he could have converted that with a throw vertically down the field. Instead, he got lazy, checked it down to his running back, and now they're setting up fourth down.
On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Looking to buy time. Fires on the move. Got it! And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame! If he doesn't get you with his arm, he'll get you with his legs, or he might get you with both of them.
It stinks, man. Having to defend a guy like this that just, you think you're going to get him in the pocket. You got to play the first play where he might be throwing the ball from the pocket and he scrambles, and now you're defending the run and the throw down the field. It's kind of like rush hour back in the day. Which one of y'all kicked me?
And with the extra point, they stretch the lead to 13. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Hauls it in inside his 20, and here he comes. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Quarterback may change this route. Looking to throw, it's Stewart. Here's the pressure. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense has just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
Yeah, and I tell you what, when you stick these fast suckers in the slot, they don't have to be big. But you get those guys that are so quick in the slot, they can get great matchups, and I can get the ball to them quick because they're such dynamic playmakers.
Pocket breaking down. Snagged in the middle. It's Tate. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Quickly out to the tight end.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
The Longhorns can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. All things considered, he's probably lucky to be back to the line of scrimmage. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And the Longhorns line up trying to move the sticks on third and short. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
He decided not to hand it off on that RPO. Defense, great job taking the throwaway, now setting up fourth.
They were unfazed by that earlier fourth down failure and will try for a second time in this one. Wants to adjust the pattern. They're throwing for it on fourth down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over. guess they're not interested in kicking it away. They're lining up for an onside kick. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. Through the air, it's Moon. Quick completion on the out. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
Wants to go up top on first down. Moves around to clear up the vision. He'll pull it down and run. Out of bounds he goes. They'll mark it at the 16.
And that's a really good job by this defense, because remember, when the quarterback runs, now you got an extra blocker, because he's not just handing it off and standing there, and they still did a good job at the point of attack, kind of strung it along and made him run out of bounds.
Wants to go up top. Throws to the back. He got it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And the offense slips the running back out of the backfield. Nobody decides to cover. My man makes the play. Shows off the hands first. Got to make the catch first. Does the rest. Walks in the end zone for the touchdown.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with a 16-yard throw for the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. Dances away. And this Wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. On the direct snap, it's Barber. There he goes! They finally make the stop, but the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat. They give up a big play. Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. Buying some time. Card in the backfield. It's Hardy.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Picked off. What a play to set him up. They got him down pretty quickly after the pick, but what an opportunity here from the 23-yard line.
And this ball looks like it just got away from the quarterback. I think he made the right decision. He was going to the receiver that seemed open, but just not very accurate on the throw, and that leads to the interception.
Grab near the marker.